Hi, it's Uncle Thor here. And tonight I'm just going to talk on something that we all are dealing with, and these are the social networking sites. And for my purpose, they've been pretty good. A way to keep in touch with people, especially with some relatives who are my wife's cousins especially. There's a baby in the family, a new baby, and also we get to see pictures of what the kids are up to. So it's really a great thing. It can be as long as you use it sensibly. Also, I keep in touch with some of my Lionel buddies. I have some guys in the military history, and with some of the spiritual writings I do, I can keep in touch on them. It's a lot of fun. I decided to use it to look into my past, to look for some old friends of mine, people that I had lost touch with, and thought, it would really be nice to talk with them. As those of you who know some of my writings, what I like to do is bring things up to show the past to the present and show you what has happened over the years. Past, present, future. There's often a lesson in it. But I couldn't find these guys, and it's a shame because they were really good guys. But what happened was we got scattered to the winds towards the end of '72. I was in the Army by October, and everyone just was gone by the time I got out. So it was a lesson there. I don't know what it is, but I looked up. I walked into a left hook. Almost walked into it, I should say. I didn't get hit. There was a security question. What was the name of your first girlfriend? And my first girlfriend, well, I was thinking about, I wonder if she's on there. I wonder what ever became of her. She's kind of a pain in the ass, but it would be nice to know just cause to effect. And I looked her up. I found her. And she lives only about a 5-minute walk from where we used to date when she lived up there. She's not the same person. The reason we only lasted a few months is she had a very abrasive and caustic personality, and didn't want that for the rest of my life. I didn't want that for the rest of the spring. Certainly wasn't going to make it to summer, so we ended the relationship. And I see the picture of her now, and it shows on her that she still has that side to her. As you get older, your dominant mood shows in your face. What happened is she's there with her yippy little mutts and her girlfriend, which I know isn't my fault, because last I heard she was still dating guys. And, it was just amazing to see where a person can be. And I did feel like I dodged a bullet. I felt like I dodged a shell from a 155. And since I was a crewman on a 155, I can tell you it's 98 pounds. Projectile, boom, didn't get me, ha. But this girl, I said, ooh, we broke up. She went with another guy. I ended up with a gal, and then I ended up spending the summer down the shore. And I met some friends. We had the greatest summer of my life up to that point. We had a great time. We enjoyed ourselves. We were, really just, it was all there for us, and we had a fun time. I remember being out on the fishing pier in Belmar, sitting out there with a radio with this skinny little Irish chick, little harpette, and listening to music and mugging it up. And I thought she was fun. She thought I was fun, and never saw her again either. We all got scattered. I looked for her, in fact, on the net and didn't find her. So, but hopefully she's doing well. So it was fun to look back at the past, look for the old friends, and I think I hear some of my old friends and some funny stories for you. Veronica was the woman who turned my life upside down during the '70s. She was this big, cinnamon-haired, beautiful Irish harpette, nice set of headlights there. She was a few years older than me, well, a little more than a few, and oh man, yeah, it's like walking into a left hook. I'd still do it again. You want to know the insanity of it? I dated her again in '89, years later. We had some silly fantasy that maybe there was still something there after she got rid of her husband at the time, But I did find out what happened to her in recent years. She got rid of her husband. She moved up to New England, claimed that The shore area was no longer hers. Her friends were gone. Everything was changing. The towns were becoming more residential. So after 20 years of living at the shore, she was going to go up north, and we found out what happened to her is she had a new hobby up there that she's still supposedly into, was younger men. And she's got to be about 60, 61. She's probably still looking pretty good. But the younger men she's going with are guys who just can't make it with women their own age. So here they are with her. And someone I know emailed me about it and saw some of the pictures and said it was quite a sight to see. So I don't know what to think about that. You know, I'm looking at the Yankee game here because we want to see the Yankees win. Here I am supposed to be talking. I got the Yankee game in the background. They're playing the Cubs. Interleague, you know. Great stuff. Getting back on track. Now, one of the craziest things, another person I couldn't find was Crazy Janie. We met Crazy Janie in a gin mill where we were hanging out 35 years ago. She was about, I guess I was 23, 24. She must have been about 29, maybe. Don't be a little Irish Harpette. And crazy, certifiable. She had been in the nut house. In fact, the guy that she married later was someone that she met in the nut house. She had problems, and we weren't so kind about that then. But we enjoyed drinking with her, hanging out with her. She would go to the diner with us and all, and we liked the company. She was good people, but she was a little bit out there. And she had this little friend of hers who she was trying to help. You know, talk about the blind leading the blind, and a little skinny kid who looked like John Denver. And he couldn't get out of his way for nothing. This kid was unbelievable, and he took off, I guess, or whatever. And she was still around, play pool, drink beer, go bar hopping. She was a lot of fun. Well, it was the night of the blizzard. Of course, none of us would want to get involved with her because, you know, you did what with Crazy Janie? Oh man, we'd never hear about it from the rest of the guys. And I was the worst guy for doing that kind of stuff. I would not let you forget, you know. I did a big blizzard, and I can't get home, and she invites me to come up to her place, which was only a block away. So we go to her apartment. We'd been drinking. It was cold in there. We wanted to get warm. We got under those covers. And anyway, the next morning I wake up. The heat's back on. I'm laying in the bed naked. She's sitting there next to me, buck naked, with a silly smile on her face. And the reality hits me. One of those moments. What am I doing here? And there I was. I was the one of the crew, first one to sleep with Crazy Janie. So we went to the diner and had something to eat. And I'm saying, but the woman's nuts. But the sex was good, you know. So we fooled around for a little while. And then, you know, my work took me out of the area. We didn't really keep in touch too well. I came back about a year later, and she had married this guy. And I didn't know who the guy was, and a friend of mine got me aside and said, remember a few years ago, a guy came back from Vietnam, flipped out, went crazy, and did a number on his family? And he says, yeah, that's the guy. I says, oh, jeez. She's not only playing with nuts, she's playing with dangerous nuts. She drove him crazy. I don't know the full story, but he was gone after a while, too. Things you don't want to admit, but you know you did them anyway, because basically, guys and gals, I've never been a saint. I'm a heathen. I'm not fancy or sophisticated, and I've done some doggy silly things over the years, and Crazy Janie is one of them. What I was doing there, I don't know. But you know, it's fun to tell the stories of the people we knew way back when, you know, people that, all the time this happened or that happened. It's fun to tell the stories, but remember something. The past is the past. And if you try to relive it, you're going to get a sad surprise, because we as humans have a tendency to gloss it over in time, that glaze of sentiment. And when you really go back, you find out it really wasn't that way you want to remember it. You know, like I say, when I dated Veronica again, So, surprise, surprise, surprise. So like I said, I had some fun and interesting times. I ended up with Crazy Janie. I did a lot of other wacky stuff over the years. The 70s, 80s saw me go into a lot of insane stuff. Things didn't settle for me till 1990. I'm the one person who shouldn't be looking in the past because some people have a skeleton or two in the closet and I got a graveyard. I was not a nice guy a lot of times. I did a lot of screwy stuff. I had a lot of fun. And so I got through it. The past is what it is. Remember, your best days aren't in the past. They're still to come. There's still hope for better because things do keep getting better. And folks, that's it for me. And I'd just like to end this with one statement. Swim over these waves. Goodbye.